Welcome to Seacoast Real Estate Academy. In today's video, we'll cover all key terms found in Unit 14. Some key terms are repeated from earlier units. Be sure to check out the list at the end of the video for those key terms. Acceleration clause. The clause in a mortgage or deed of trust that can be enforced to make the entire debt due immediately if the borrower defaults on an installment payment or another covenant. Adjustable rate mortgage, ARM. A loan characterized by a fluctuating interest rate, usually one tied to a published index. Caps for adjustments on periodic interest, lifetime interest, and payment amounts are normal. Alienation clause. This clause prevents the borrower from letting someone else assume the debt without the lender's approval. Amortized loan. A loan in which principal as well as interest is payable in periodic installments over the term of the loan. Balloon payment. A final payment of a mortgage loan that is larger than the required periodic payments because the loan amount was not fully amortized. Beneficiary. The person for whom a trust operates or in whose behalf the income from a trust estate is drawn. A lender in a deed of trust loan transaction. The recipient of personal property in a will. Debt service. The principal and interest payment on a loan. Deed in lieu of foreclosure. A deed given by the mortgagor to the mortgagee when the mortgagor is in default under the terms of the mortgage. This avoids foreclosure but does not remove liens from the property. A friendly foreclosure. Deed of trust. An instrument used to create a mortgage lien by which the borrower conveys title to a trustee who holds it as security for the benefit of the note holder, also called a trust deed. Default. The non-performance of a duty, whether arising under a contract or otherwise. Failure to meet an obligation when due. Deficiency judgment. A personal judgment levied against the borrower when a foreclosure sale does not produce sufficient funds to pay the mortgage debt in full. A general lien. Direct reduction loan. A mortgage loan that requires a fixed amount of principal payment in each period. The total debt service payment starts higher than with a level payment loan since the interest portion will reduce with each payment. Discount point. Interest paid in advance. 1 point equals 1% of the loan amount for the borrower and increases the yield for the investor, approximately 1/8%. Due on sale clause. A provision in mortgage that states the entire balance of the note is immediately due and payable if the mortgagor transfers or sells the property. Equitable title. The interest held by the grantor in a deed of trust that allows possession and use of the pledged property. The interest held by a vendee under a contract for deed or an installment contract. The equitable right to obtain absolute ownership to property when legal title is held in another's name. Equity. The interest or value that an owner has in property over and above any indebtedness. Equity of redemption. The right of a borrower in default on a mortgage loan to reclaim the forfeited property prior to the foreclosure sale through payment in full of a debt and associated costs. Foreclosure. A legal procedure whereby property used as security for a debt is sold to satisfy the debt in the event of default in payment of the mortgage note or default of other terms in the mortgage document. The foreclosure procedure brings the rights of all parties to a conclusion and passes the title in the mortgage property to either the holder of the mortgage or a third party who may purchase the realty at the foreclosure sale, free of all liens affecting the property subsequent to the mortgage. Graduated Payment Mortgage, GPM. A loan in which the monthly principal and interest payments increase by a set amount each year for a certain number of years and then level off for the remaining loan term. Probable negative amortization in early years. Hypothecation. The pledging of property as security for an obligation or a loan without losing possession of it. Interest. A charge made by a lender for the use of money. Judicial foreclosure. The form of foreclosure used in lien theory states. Lien theory. Some states interpret a mortgage as being purely lien on real property. The mortgagee has no right of possession but must foreclose the lien and sell the property if the mortgagor defaults. Loan origination fee. An administrative fee charged to the borrower by the lender for making a mortgage loan, usually computed as a percentage of the loan amount. Loan to value ratio, LTV. The relationship between the amount of the mortgage loan and the value of the real estate being pledged as collateral. Mortgage. A conditional transfer or pledge of real estate as security for the payment of a debt. Also, the document creating a mortgage lien in a lien theory state. Mortgagee. The lender in a mortgage loan transaction. Mortgagor. The borrower in a mortgage loan transaction. Negative amortization. When the debt service payment on a loan is not large enough to pay the interest due, the principal balance actually grows with each payment. Negotiable instrument. A written promise or order to pay a specific sum of money that may be transferred by endorsement or delivery. The transferee then has the original payee's right to payment. Power of sale foreclosure. The form of foreclosure used in a title theory state, such as North Carolina, also called non-judicial foreclosure. Prepayment penalty. A charge imposed on a borrower who pays off the loan principal early. This penalty compensates the lender for interest and other charges that would otherwise be lost due to payments made ahead of schedule. Promissory note. A financing instrument that states the terms of the underlying obligation, is signed by its maker, and is negotiable. A personal IOU. Satisfaction of mortgage. A document acknowledging the full repayment of a mortgage debt. Short sale. When a lender allows a borrower in default on mortgage loan payments to sell the mortgage property for less money than necessary to satisfy the loan to avoid the delay and expense of a foreclosure sale, the lender usually forgives the balance owed after the sale, although the IRS will frequently consider the forgiven amount to be taxable income for the borrower. Statutory redemption period. Allows mortgagors a limited amount of time, often 1 year, to reclaim the property if they are able to pay what the property sold for at the foreclosure sale. Term loan. A loan in which only interest is paid during the term of the loan, with the entire principal due with the final interest payment. Also called a straight loan. Title theory. Describing those states like North Carolina that interpret a mortgage to mean that the lender is the owner of mortgaged land, who vests the legal title with the trustee while the borrower holds equitable title. The borrower will regain legal title upon full payment of the mortgage debt. Usury. Charging interest at a higher rate than the maximum rate established by the law. Yield. The return on investment. Amount of profit. Here's the list of key terms you can find in previous videos. If you like this video, feel free to share it with a friend. For more real estate education content, please subscribe to the channel. From all of us at Seacoast Real Estate Academy, thank you for watching.